Hi there, Mr. Sutton here, bringing you the IM377 Part 1 homework solutions on Law of Cosines.
For this problem, we have a side angle side situation, and we're trying to find that third side. So we're going to use the c-squared version of the Law of Cosines for this formula right here. So we can write then x squared, that's the side that we're looking for, so x squared equals, and then a and b are the legs of the angle that we have, so 10 squared plus 30 squared, or vice versa. And now we're going to be subtracting 2 times 10 times 30 times the cosine of the angle, so cosine of 20. Let's simplify that right side on the calculator. So plugging all that stuff on the right in, we press enter, and that comes out to, I'll just round it off on paper here, but I'll keep the value. So 436.2 if I were to round that off. Now let me go ahead and square root that to get the value of x. So back on the calculator, let's just do second and then square root, and I'll arrow up and grab my input from before, press enter, enter again to square root that, and that's going to be 20.9. To find the third side of this triangle, which is not a right triangle, since we have a side angle side situation, that's going to be law of cosines. So we've got c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c. So we've got then x squared for c squared, and then a and b are our legs of our angle. So 20 squared plus 25 squared minus 2 times 20 times 25 times our cosine of 130. Let me go ahead and crunch the numbers on the right side using my calculator. So all the stuff on the right side of my equation is going to come out to, let's see what the calculator says, 1,667.8 if I were to round it off to the nearest tenth. But I'm not done. Still need to take the square root of this to get x instead of x squared. So let me go back to the calculator. Let me do the square root, so second square root, and I'm just going to go up and grab that output that I just got and put it in my square root. So that's going to be, if I square root that, 40.8. For this problem, I have two sides and the angle between it, and I want that third side. So side angle side, we're looking at law of cosines. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. This is the one that helps you get the third side. So we've got x squared equals, and now the two legs of my angle, 23 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 23 times 15 times the cosine of our angle, 36. And it's calculator time for that stuff on the right side at least. So after plugging in that right side of the equation off camera and pressing enter, I get that x squared equals about 195.8. So I'll just write this as kind of a halfway step, but I'm still not quite there. This is what x squared is, so to get x I need to square root all of that stuff. So going back to the calculator, we've got second square root, and let me just press up and get that crazy number, not rounded off because I want the most accurate answer possible. So press enter now, and that's going to be, well, if I round off to the nearest tenth, 14.0. For this one, since we've got a side angle side situation, we're going to go ahead and use the law of cosines, the one that says c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. So we've got c squared, which means x squared in this case, and then a and b are the legs of the angle they gave us. So we've got 24 squared plus 53 squared minus 2 times 24 times 53 times the cosine of that angle between them, so cosine of 71. And we'll simplify the right side on the calculator now. So plugging all that in, pressing enter, we end up with 2,556.8 if we were to round that off. So that's what x squared equals. And I didn't really round it off on the calculator. I'm going to use the true value. Just wanted to have kind of like a halfway point. But now we have to take the square root of all that to get x. So let me just do square root, and then I'll just arrow up to my output that I just got. That's that right side we found. Press enter, and that's 50.6.